March 13th, 2:34 p.m., Wild Wild West area.
Looks like we got the boot again.
With Lance safe, the focus on the investigation will shift solely onto the murder.
You mean the infighting between the kidnappers?
Yes, and also the identity of the remaining kidnapper. Miles, my boy! Tell me it's true. Tell me that you really found my boy. Yes, Mr. Amano. We found him earlier in the stadium.
Then my little Lance is unhurt?
He's not exactly the picture of perfect health, but his life is not in danger. He's being questioned right now by Agent Lang.
Poor Lance. It must have been so horrible for him. Locked up like a...
Yeah. Miles, my boy, I can't thank you enough. It was nothing. I'm still in shock over what happened to Oliver. But I have to say, I'm relieved that Lance is all right. Oh, that's right. I mustn't forget to pass this on to Lance as soon as the police are finished with him. A letter? What's this? Ah, the way Lance is being chased after by women reminds me of someone I know. I almost can't believe he received yet another love letter, you know? Here, take a look for yourself. Isn't this a breach of confidentiality? It's a very simple love letter.
Oh, hey, let me see. That's really weird. It's from a loan company. Tender lender. Looks more like a collection bill to me.
Wait, what gives? Seriously, what gives? Tender lender? I wonder how Viola's doing. My guess afterwards, that Viola's indebted to Phoenix Wright and everything.
He loves me? He loves me not. He loves me? He loves me not. Aw, that's the 12th one. No, you can't give up, Lauren. Just one more try.
Excuse me, but I can't help but feel a bit sorry for all the flowers you've gone through.
I suppose, if they were me then.
I believe you said that you are Lance's girlfriend when we first met, correct?
Yes, I am, but it's not like we both think of each other as lovers. But he did give me this ring, so I guess we're not just friends either. I mean, because this isn't just any ordinary ring. It tastes so sweet when you lick it. It's so wonderful.
You mean to tell me that he gave you a lollipop ring?
So which is it? Have you guys not decided if you're going out or is it just one-sided?
Decided? Shouldn't the parties involved naturally just know?
My father used to work for Mr. Amano, and so Lance and I grew up together. I said it out loud.
I don't see how that's anything to be embarrassed about. So your father was an employee of the Amano Group. What did he do?
I heard his job was to fly around the world on Pegasus.
Pegasus?
Oh, Pegasus was the name of the airplane. The airplane belonged to the company. You had me there for a second. But now, it's all changed. My father? He isn't around anymore. Oh, I see. About 10 years ago, he rode in Pegasus off to somewhere and never returned.
Riding Pegasus to whereabouts unknown sounds like the stuff legends are made of.
It's been so long, I don't think I'd recognize him if we were to ever meet again. I'm so sorry, Lauren, but I won't give in to the sadness. I have to live. Yes, Lauren, live.
About this incident.
Incident? But isn't the kidnapping already over and dealt with? I've been here the whole time, so I'm afraid I don't know much about any other incident.
How did you come to know that Lance had been kidnapped?
Oh, that's because of my woman's intuition.
You based everything on that?
I know everything when it comes to my Lance. It's really strange. It really must be destiny. She started fantasizing again. So what are you gonna do now, Mr. Edgeworth?
We already established that there's a good chance that the killer is the other kidnapper. It's my duty to figure out who this other person is. I believe there is one location that might hold a clue or two. The kidnapper's hideout. The obvious location is the kidnapper's hideout.
But we're still not allowed in, remember?
Agent Lang and his men should be done with this area. In that case, there is no harm in asking that officer over there to let us in. Well, let's do that. What do you have to report? Sir, nothing unusual out of the ordinary, sir. Where have I heard such redundancy before? Is it possible for you to let us take a look around inside? Sir, roger, sir. That was surprisingly hassle-free. Are you certain? Didn't Agent Lang order you not to allow me in? Sir, that's true, sir, but Detective Gumshoe asked me personally to let you in, sir. And I couldn't refuse a request from him.
Wow, looks like Detective Gumshoe has a following.
Furthermore, I was asked to give this document to you, sir. What is this? The man in this picture, isn't this Mr. Oliver Deacon?
But the name here says Colin Dvorak.
That's the same name as the one on the back of the pendant. It appears that Colin Devoray was his real name. What's this? He was convicted in a case 10 years ago and sent to prison.
What? Then what was he doing here?
Apparently, he broke out of jail, and then just vanished. He must have become Oliver Deacon to cover up the fact that he was an escaped felon.
Now, I'm not sure what's going on anymore.
Is there some sort of link between the victim's past and this current case? These police documents are rather detailed. I should take the time to give them a thorough read eventually. It's fine. Let's focus on one thing at a time, starting with the kidnapper's hideout.
Yeah, I agree. We should investigate first, think later.
More than thinking things through, I think you should try remembering things first. Now then, if you could please unlock the door, officer. It was locked up until a little while ago, but since then the door's been wide open, sir. I'm not sure I follow what it is you're saying. Care to explain in a bit more detail? Sir, the door was locked down tight when they went to check out the room. So they got about 10 officers to help out and break the door down, sir. I see. I guess that means I get Agent Lang's leftovers. Well, let's see what we find. March 13th, 2:55 p.m., kidnapper's hideout. So this is where the kidnappers plan their foul deed.
While you were tied up for a while in the room next door.
Kay, please. Must you bring that up again? Now then, down to business. There might still be some clues left in this room. Let's try to find out what we can of the other kidnapper's identity. Investigation start. What have we here? Looks
like a sword. A broken sword.
strange. Why would it be broken like that? Swords don't usually break on their own.
That's true.
Alright then, let's think about this in this way. Maybe it broke when someone was trying to use it for on or something. Hypotheticals aren't going to get us anywhere. Perhaps we should think more on this later. This door is thoroughly broken thanks to the police who forced it open. I won't rest until I've inspected every nook and cranny. You mean like this?
That doorknob handle thing's looking pretty beat up.
I suppose that's what happens when 10 officers break their way in with brute force.
Hey, that's odd. The lock on this is completely fine. Look, not a single dent.
But how is that possible after what that officer told us?
Yeah, if the lock had been in use when the door's busted down, then the lock itself should be completely wrecked.
So the lock on the door leading to the outside is undamaged. How can that be?
Ooh, they have barrels like these just outside.
Yes, and?
Well, I know I already asked you when we were out there, but if these were real, what would you put in them?
There's an expectant gleam in her eyes that I'm about to dash. The panel that hid the entrance to the other ground is propped up and wide open. Be careful of where you step, Kay.
I only fell into that other opening once, you know.
Now let's take a look at the garbage. This must be where they dispose of old and worn-out costumes.
That's so sad.
It would seem that they throw the costumes away in pieces. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Folding chairs, and by the looks of it, they were probably used by the kidnappers.
There are 3 chairs set around the table.
cheap styrofoam cups.
Looks like only 3 cups were used.
Let's piece it together. Folding chairs, 3 cups. The common denominator between the cups and folding chairs is the number 3. Speaking of which, the number of missing costumes is also 3.
Wait, but I thought there were only 2 kidnappers.
Indeed, something isn't adding up. Literally. Is it possible there is a 3rd kidnapper that Lance didn't see? Maybe. Costume pieces. Now we connect the next part. Broken prop sword and the door leading outside. It's a bit strange that the police had to force their way into an unlocked room. One look at the pristine door lock and anyone can see that it was not in use at the time.
But the policeman outside said that it took 10 men to get it open.
A door that was locked tight, despite it being not locked at all. It can only be because of this.
Oh, you mean...
Yes, it was used to jam the door. Here, take a look at the door handle. You see how the handle is completely destroyed?
So that's how the sword broke.
Yup. I thought that we might uncover the true identity of the kidnappers, but instead we've only uncovered more questions that need to be answered.
Ah!
What is it? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I correct? What are you doing suddenly popping out of the secret entrance like that? This is an underground passage used by staff members, sir. We batters also make use of it in our duties.
Look, why don't you get out there first and then we'll talk, okay?
I beg your pardon, miss.
Proto Badger, get! All right! Only one more to go.
What are you getting all excited about?
Did you forget? The photo rally, duh! See? Look, now all I have to do is get a picture of the Bad Badger and I'm done.
Ah, yes. I vaguely recall a contest or something of that sort. What? It's gone!
But where did it go?
What happened? What's wrong? A Bad Badger costume is missing, sir.
Oh, is that all? Well, it's missing because the kidnappers stole it.
I heard about how they were stolen, but they said that only 3 of the costumes had been taken. What? Is he saying that more than 3 of them are gone? Mr. Proto Badger, please tell me a little more about these costumes you use. What did you mean by a Bad Badger costume is missing? Why, just what I said, sir. We're 1 Bad Badger short. Counting the spares, we have 2 of each costume on hand at all times. Okay,
so because one of them is walking around the park,
the other should be in that room. Actually, both of them should be in that room.
Huh? What do you mean?
Normally, we don't use the Bad Badger costumes. In fact, we only use them during a certain event at a set time each day. It's the stage show where the Bad Badger wreaks havoc around the park, and the other Badgers must work together to apprehend him, sir. I'm speechless that such a show exists. Well, sir, I was just trying to explain to you the only time we use the costume.
Then doesn't that make it near impossible to take a picture of the Bad Badger?
Personally, I can't believe that it's this close to showtime and there's no costume. Oh dear, what am I to do, sir? All this basically means is that the kidnapper stole 4 costumes in total.
Then are you saying that there are 4 kidnappers?
No, I don't think that's very likely.
Oh?
Recall the costumes for me.
The stolen ones, you mean?
What proves that a 4th kidnapper does not exist? Simple. Right here. The bottom right.
Take that!
If you had 4 people, and you wanted to steal a 4th costume, wouldn't you naturally go for the full set and steal a pink badger costume instead?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And yet, the kidnappers decided to steal another Bad Badger. I believe the culprits needed 2 Bad Badger costumes. But the question is, why? And that's what I'm hoping to find out. Unaccounted for Bad Badger with the costume pieces. The 2nd Bad Badger costume. I believe it may be closer at hand than we think.
What do you mean?
That costume in the trash. Wouldn't you say that it's wearing some very telltale pants?
Hey, you're right. Let's get it out of there and take a look.
As I suspected, it's a bad badger costume.
Well, minus the head.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Look! Its head is hurt.
It looks more like something was ripped off it. Yeah, let's deduce that. Yes, there is. There's only one thing. The Blue Badger Bible.
Eureka!
I believe what we have here is an inconsistency.
Between what?
Look carefully. Our costume is not holding something in its right hand that it should be.
Oh, the gun!
Precisely. The Bad Badger was designed to always hold a gun in his right hand. However, you there, did you remove the gun from this Bad Badger's right hand?
No, I did not, sir.
The gun is supposed to be securely attached to the costume. As I thought, the rip itself confirms my hypothesis that the gun was forcibly removed. Mr. Proto-Badger, the gun is of course not a functioning weapon, correct?
Absolutely not, sir. It's just a model gun. However, it can fire blanks. We need to use them for the stage show.
It seems that our kidnappers also had a need for the model gun, my dear costume friend. Yep. Investigation complete. I think we're about done with this room.
So what's next?
Well, we found a few answers, but there are still a few things left that we have to ask a certain person. Let's go, Kay. March 13th, 3:34 p.m., Wild Wild West area.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir! You've got to hurry, sir! Come on!
What is it, Detective?
They found a blue badger costume down in front of the main gate, sir!
What?
Isn't that what one of the kidnappers was wearing?
Bingo! That's why you gotta come to the main gate with me right now! If we hurry, we still might be able to get them before Wolf Boy does, sir!
Alright, let's make haste to the main gate. And make haste we shall. This is a short episode, but don't worry, more is coming. I promise you that. That is it for this part of Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. If you enjoy this, please be sure to hit the like button. It means a lot to me. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell. I will see you then. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out. Product provided by CAPCOM.